Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cynthia Smith, intuitive hypnotherapist, chiropractor, acupuncturist, overall do-gooder. And this is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Dun, 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 dun. See, I'm trying to get my lights available. Nope. Okay, this is the look you get. So last episode, I talked about grief and healing grief and having the courage to lean into grief. I know, kind of a tall order, and yet you did it. Yay. So today, in the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast, if you listen to some of the stories I shared, part of what I endured, I went through, and this isn't a pity cry or, anything like that, because when you know better, you do better. So this episode is going to be about self-esteem. Raising your self-esteem, healing your self-esteem, and also squashing victim energy. I had a patient once that had 5 or 6 car accidents in a 2-year span. I mean, I saw her a lot. It was just one thing after another, and trying to divvy up causation. And she didn't have ears for this at the time. And I didn't have the words to share with her to help her. Of course, that would have been my intent, is just healing that victim energy. Because if you rocket victim energy, the universe will give you things to be victimized about or by or to, or however that grammar would work. So if we violate at victim energy, if we cast blame on other people for all of our troubles, then first of all, we're giving away our power. We're giving away our power. We're saying, it's not my fault because such and such did this to me. Whereas owning your stuff and blowing roses or removing or healing or releasing victim energy, then you have nothing for victim energy in the ethers to attach to. You're not giving it a safe place to land and therefore manifest in your space. So, and that can be tied with self-esteem. If you know somebody who's constantly blaming other people for their troubles, or it's just they're an excuse-making machine, it's likely linked to a poor sense of self from that individual. And this is not a justification for any bad behavior or anything that might befall them, but perhaps it's an opportunity to have compassion for an individual like that. So, I mean, I'm still working through issues of self-esteem. And as much as I validated my daughter growing up, I know that even unconsciously or semi-consciously, I passed on some of my self-consciousness to her. Now, it may manifest in the same way or different ways. Body image, of course, is one way. You can tell somebody they're beautiful all day and all night, but if you think yourself as unbeautiful or unlovable or unworthy, you're going to be leaching that out of your pores, and people will get that. And then they will respond to you in kind. So if you, I've said before, bullies bully who they can bully. So by stepping into your esteem, for knowing how valuable you are and working on it even moment by moment. Not everybody's going to wake up one morning and go, I love life and I want to live. Most of us, I would suggest, it's a step-by-step gradual peeling of the onion type of process. So with that being said, please, 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 please extend to yourself some grace. Yes. Building self-esteem. There are tools in the real world that help a lot. One of which is surrounding yourself with people that see you through God's eyes, that validate you like you would validate them, or you would validate a child, right? Sometimes we need to be reminded to treat ourselves as well as we treat others. It's not for everybody, but you are worthy. You are a gift. You are a miracle. You're deserving of all great things. When I finally get my book written, The Tao of Cynthia, first line of first chapter of the first paragraph will be, you are divine. And what do I mean by that? Everyone is created from that which created the world. You are created from pure love, from pure light, and deserving of all good things. And if you notice my background, I look like I'm coming to you from heaven. Ta-da! If you're listening on the podcast, then just picture me floating in the clouds, because it's awesome. Let's see, what other? So, one of the things that learning my psychic tools really helped with, and that I teach you in all these podcasts, is we always operated from validation. Tell the person that you're giving a reading to what's good about them, what they're doing well. And I have sincerely rewired my brain to behave kindly to people, to validate people. I called my neighbor Miss Sassy Pants this afternoon because she had these wild palazzo pants with flowers on them, and I just thought they were adorable. And so I told her as much. And you can, over time, rewire your brain to be hopeful, to be pleasant, to be kind, to know that you can heal anything. I truly 100% believe that my psychic tools enabled me to go back to Acu school as a grown-up, as a veteran of my own chiropractic practice, and do well. I passed everything on the first try, and I was one of, I don't know, about 30% of the class that passed the boards on the first go round. I mean, 70% of my classmates that took the board same time I did, and other people around the state, did not pass. And then as an elder statesman, I did. I used my psychic tools, and those that I teach you every podcast, in the testing room. They gave us 2.5 hours, I believe, over 2 days to take the board. And the California acupuncture boards are no joke. There's no holds barred. It's all the subjects. The national boards break up the topics, and you do one test for principles, you do one test for diagnostics, you do one test for herbs and herbal pharmacy, etc. And it's broken into 4 parts. Not in California. In California, it's everything you learned from day one to your last day in school, every topic, every subject, nothing is off limits. And and they give you, I believe, 2.5 hours for each half of the test. They break it in 2 halves. And I used my psychic tools. I grounded the room. I grounded myself. I called on my guides and angels. I even saw my daughter, who was non-committal to coming to see me, even though I was in Sacramento and she was at Sacramento State at the time. I sensed her presence in the room. I could see her in my mind's eye, cheering me on as I had done so many times at her games. She was cheering me on, like, you can do it, Mom. She has a specific cheering clap. So I took the test, and each half of the test, I got done in about an hour, maybe less. So I've always been a fast test taker, but using my psychic tools, it was effortless. It was just like, here. They gave us worksheets that we could use for a couple of things. And not to say I didn't study my ass off, because I did. That's what you do. But I also incorporated my psychic tools, like just having my 5th chakra wide open to take in all of this information, and then being able to regurgitate it for test and for the board exam. So that's just a personal testimony to using these tools in everyday life. That's why we call them tools for living. I didn't make it up, but that is what we call it. Anyway, so we are going to do the same thing in our hypnosis and meditation today, specifically around building our self-esteem, or, like I say, to raising your vibration, remembering your vibration. You are already perfect. You are already have the same atoms in you as the great sequoias, as the giant squid in the ocean, as stardust. You all have the same stuff. If you remember that, if you dial into that, boom, then that'll be a great leg up for inviting people to treat you the way God would treat you, or the God of your heart. Inviting people to see you through God's eyes, the way I wish for each of you, you would see yourself. How does God see you? I have another Cynthiaism about the impetus for healing ourselves. And I say, be the person you want to come home to. Yeah, gnaw on that for a little bit. So, in the spirit of becoming the person that we want to come home to, let's get into it, right? Yay! So, as I want to do, we will take a short sponsor break. This is an opportunity for you to get a glass of water, refill your cup of tea, get in your comfy chair, kick off your shoes. Yes, because we are about to do some heavy-duty healing. Awesome, welcome back. So find your comfy chair, or if you have the ability to lay down, God bless, and just get comfortable. Just find that space where you can just sink into your chair or couch or wherever you might be laying. I've seen lots of ads for hammocks lately. If you have access and the ability to do these meditations in a hammock, good on you. So take a deep, deep breath and just nestle in. Yeah. Take another deep breath. And know that with every breath, you are breathing in God energy, universal energy. You are breathing in healing, and you are breathing out light, because it's who you are. And if you're watching me on the YouTube, the sun is setting and you can see, so it looks really kind of cool and ethereal at the same time. Oh. So if you're listening on the podcast, just imagine that I'm floating amongst the clouds and I have the sun on my face, literally. Happy place. Deep, deep breath. And with every natural breath, just allow your body to relax. Allow your muscles to soften. Allow the tension in your body to just drain away. And maybe just by sitting here, you start to smile because you know that the healing has already begun. The shift is happening. So with your eyes closed, gently breathing in and out, draw your attention to the chair or hammock, wherever you're sitting or laying down beneath you. And notice how that chair or hammock or other device supports you. And in that, allow yourself to feel supported. This feels really good. And by doing so, you are allowing the universe to support you. Take that in. And as you allow yourself to be supported, allow yourself to relax even more deeply. Deeper down, deeper down, deeper down into relaxation. Notice the muscles of your head and face start to soften and relax. Those small muscles around your eyes and mouth soften and relax. The muscles of your scalp and your neck, your shoulders soften and relax. Releasing that tension. The muscles of your chest, upper back, torso. The muscles of your arms, forearms, all the way into your hands and fingers. Softening, relaxing, draining that tension away. The muscles of your belly, your low back, your hips, your thighs. Allow them to soften and relax. The muscles of your lower leg, your shins, your calves, feet and ankles, all the way down to your toes. Just allow them to get floppy with relaxation, sinking ever more into that chair. Take another deep breath. Just let it all go. And then the center of your head be a point of light behind your eyes and in between your temples. And be the only energy in the center of your head. If you notice anyone else or anything else in there with you, go ahead and move them out. And from the center of your head, see your bubble, your aura, your personal energy field, your personal space around you in all directions, 3 feet in front, 3 feet in back, 3 feet to either side, over your head and under your feet. And then create a grounding cord, a tube of light, a giant carrot, a tree trunk or a rope, something that connects you, the base of your spine, your hips, all the way down to the center of the earth. And let's imagine that the center of the earth looks like a meadow or a pasture, a beach, home plate at Wrigley Field, that our grounding cord can really tether into. And allow yourself to feel grounded. Grounded and in present time. Present time is the concept of being in the moment, being fully here, fully present. If you've ever stubbed your toe, we call that a present time check, because you were so focused on where you were going that you missed the object in front of you that you stubbed your toe onto. Just one example of a present time check. So be grounded in the center of your head, in your bubble. Feeling ever more relaxed, ever more safe, ever more supported, grounded, feeling really good. From the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, imagine on the outside of you is everything that is and everything that will be. You're floating above the earth or floating out in space, or just hovering over the floor where you're at. And imagine in your mind's eye the true nature of who you are, that profound interconnectedness between you and everything that is. And if you don't know what that looks like, just imagine, just play, just pretend. Because we are connected to everything that is. Most importantly, the universe, or love, or pure light, source energy. That's what created us. So in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, imagining and engaging that interconnectedness, that profound interconnectedness with all that is. Be there for a moment. Notice how that interconnectedness helps you feel connected, but also safe, joyful, grounded, peaceful, belonging. Be there. And know that all that is and all that was meant to be is here for you. You have atoms in your very body that were around when Jesus walked the earth. You have atoms that are made from stardust. You have atoms in your body that operate on a pure vibration of love. Be there now. Tap into that which you are. And as you do so, you might find yourself sitting up a little taller, or imagining that you're sitting up a little taller. Maybe your shoulders are back and your chest is lifted. That simple remembrance of knowing who you are. It's like, yeah, darn Skippy. Yeah, I'm awesome. And it's perfectly fine to tell yourself you're awesome every single day, many times throughout the day, because you are. And when you draw in that sense of knowing who you are, knowing how valuable you are, you tap into your own God energy. Even Jesus said, "Greater things shall ye do than I have done." Like, guys, come on. Take that in. Be the wonderful spirit, the magician, the miracle maker, the light worker that you are. And take that in. Match that energy of brilliance, of wonderment, of being capable, and being confident and certain. So in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, imagining your interconnectedness with all that is, and drawing whatever God looks like to you, whatever spirituality looks like to you, into your heart. Sorry, that's my Chihuahua. Trixie, also known as my co-host. Very good. She's here to protect and serve. So take that in. Home studio, that's what you get. Take that in and sense that interconnectedness, and be grounded in your bubble in the center of your head. And take a look inside at your 7 energy centers. These are known as chakras. We have the 7 primary ones that stack like a stick in our bodies, the 1st through 7th. And each one of those we are going to reset at today's vibration of wonderment, grandeur, being connected to the God of your heart. So we're going to start at the 1st chakra. That's your root chakra. That is your basic body level needs. And in modern society, it equates to food, water, air, shelter. Being able to generate an income. And as you watch that chakra spin, go ahead and speed up the spin so that anything that says otherwise, that you're unhealthy or incapable of creating an income or undeserving, spin your chakra so fast that it's actually creating a centrifuge type experience, and just flick any energies that don't serve you, conscious or otherwise. Let any energy that doesn't meet the standards of who and how fabulous you are, let them just spin off. Cast them off out of your bubble, down your grounding cord, out in the universe where it's converted to neutral energy. And then when you're ready, slow down that speed of your first chakra to a speed that's comfortable in your body. Might be kind of a slow roll, comfortable, like a rocking motion that helps you feel relaxed. It might be a little medium tempo, like you got shit to get done. Whatever feels good in your body, play around with it. Grounding Trixie's first chakra too. And then let's look at our second chakra. Our second chakra has to do with our relationships, our interpersonal relationships. And this could be with our coworkers, our friends, our family, our spouses, our lovers, our kids, all those interpersonal relationships, even the person who checked you out at the grocery store today. Transient relationships. They're all governed and managed by the second chakra. Also is our sexuality. Sometimes when we forget who we are, we allow people to treat us in ways that we wouldn't like if they were treating a friend of ours or our kid. So in the interpersonal relationship space and sexuality of our second chakra, we're going to clean that out and remember and raise that vibration to that vibration of being connected to and created from all that created the universe. I guess we should keep that in present, is creating the universe, because I think the universe is evolving. So once again, in your second chakra, speed up the spin of your chakra. Chakras spin gyroscopically, which means in all directions. And speed it up so that any energy that isn't pure, that isn't healthy, that you're ready to let go of, flicks off like a centrifuge. Or one of those cool spinners when you rinse out your paint rollers and you spin them and it flicks off all the excess water. However you see it, or just imagine that it's happening. Any energies that are not supportive, not of God energy, that don't make you feel absolutely amazing in your space, let them go. Flick them out of your space to be turned into neutral energy, or down your grounding cord where it is turned into neutral energy. That's perfect. Now let's move up to the third chakra. Third chakra is your will, your drive, your determination. Many of us have stopped ourselves from taking that next big step from launching that product or asking that special someone on a date or raising our hand in class, or even even, stepping aside for somebody on the sidewalk. I'm like, wait, you're young and healthy. You should step aside for me. Any way you slice it. This is your drive, your will, your determination. What would God ask you to do? How would God cheer you on? The God of your heart. How would they cheer for you when you're taking a board exam, in person or on the energy plane? Same rules apply. Go ahead and spin that chakra. Spin it fast enough, faster, so that any energies that you're ready to let go of, ready to release, any energies that say that you're not good enough or deserving for someone to support you or to take that next step or to be brave, let them go. And you can do this meditation over and over again for the same topic or others, anything that you're ready to let go of. Clean, heal in your space. These are psychic tools for living. And go ahead and slow that spin down to one that feels comfortable to you. And if I missed it on the second one, go ahead and slow the spin of your second chakra down to one that's comfortable for you. Eventually, all of your chakras will spin in sync with one another. And it feels really amazing. The next, go ahead and slide up to your fourth chakra. This is your heart chakra. This is that space where we give and receive love, but also where we give and receive love to ourselves. How we let love in as much as we do sending it out. And go ahead and spin that chakra faster and faster until any energies that you're ready to let go of, any energies that say that you're not lovable, that you're not worthy, that you're not deserving of a healthy, mutual, loving relationships with your partner, with your kids, with your coworkers, with your friends. And if you do this in that vibration of already feeling interconnected with one another, you might sense that other people are cheering for your healing. That they want you happy and healthy as much as you want to be happy and healthy. Sometimes more. And this is a way for you to allow yourself to receive healings and good wishes and good energy from others. Many of you will get notices, emails, phone calls, drop-bys at your work or home by friends that just want to say hello or just checking in after doing this meditation. Let it in. And let your heart grow. And when you flicked off any energy that no longer serves you, that you're ready to let go of, that you're ready to break the shackles of on your heart. Flip it off and allow those energies to turn into neutral. Drop it down your grounding cord and become neutral energy. Notice how full your heart feels. You are worthy. You are lovable. Next, move up to the 5th chakra. And on your 4th chakra, go ahead and lower the spin rate to the spin rate of the first 3. Feel how yummy that feels. Cleaned out, feeling confident, feeling your esteem fill up. And as you look at your 5th chakra is your communication space, sending and receiving information, communicating, but also listening, taking in information and sharing it when ready. Oh, big yawn. And if you do find yourself yawning, you're just moving energy. You're healing stuff. That's pretty cool. Breathe. Breathe out. And see your 5th chakra begin to spin. Spinning in all directions. And notice the energies that you're ready to let go of. Energies that are holding you back, keeping you from saying what you need to say, or keeping you from hearing what you need to hear. Clean that out. Spin off that energy. You might notice that you are salivating a little more, that you have to swallow. Some of you might cough or sneeze. That's just your physical body reacting to the energy that you're moving. Good job. So as you flick that energy off and allow it to turn to neutral particles, you may notice also that you feel lighter. And when you're ready, go ahead and slow that spin down to a comfortable rate, and a rate that matches the spin of the other chakras. And now we're going to move up to the 6th chakra. This is your knowingness. This is your intuition. This is your center of head. That's where you are as a point of light right now. This is your knowingness, your psychic space. And a lot of people like to jump in your head to get your information, see what you're thinking about. It's a great opportunity to kick those people out. And go ahead and begin spinning your 6th chakra. Spin it faster and faster and faster. And allow it to flick off any energies that are shrouding your 6th chakra or shaming your ability to see what you know you are seeing, or intuiting what you are intuitively drawn to or seeing in the universe. As you flick off that energy, that blindness to your own wonderment, to your own beautiful soul, to your own psychic abilities, you may notice that you feel calmer and at the same time more certain. like you trust your own intuition. You trust your own gut instincts and are ready to act on them. You're ready to take that next step because your intuition says so. And your intuition is taking care of you. Go ahead and reduce the speed of the spin of your sixth chakra to one that feels comfortable in your physical body, in the center of your head, and is able to match the other 5 chakras that have already been healed. And now we're going to move up to the 7th chakra, your crown chakra. This is your direct connection to the God of your heart. If you ever wonder how amazing you are, just pop this thing open, see your connectedness. I like to imagine a gold ray of energy that's coming into the top of my head. And that is source energy, much like the clouds in my screen background. This is the connection with the God of your heart, with source, with the universe, with pure love. By simply opening up your 5th chakra, you are instantly filled with that God love. You are opening yourself up to all the healing in the universe. And when you open up your 7th chakra, you are a possibility magnet. You can do things you never thought. You are more powerful, more confident, more certain, because the God of your heart, literally and figuratively, has your back and your front and your sides and your chakra. So let that spin. Spin it faster and faster to a speed where you see energies that are blocking your connection to source, or hiding or shaming your connection to the God of your heart. A lot of times our family or friends will try to dampen our spirit, will try to not let us see how fabulous we are. And sometimes they do it by trying to block our 7th chakra. Go ahead and open that up and flick off any energy that would block you from your divine connection to all that is. And when you're ready, go ahead and slow down that speed so that all 7 chakras are now spinning in sync with one another and at the same speed. And notice how yummy that feels in your body. What? That's amazing. And lastly, we're going to heal our hand and feet chakras. Our hand chakras are always active, always on, as are our feet. We just sometimes forget to put our awareness there. I always thought the visuals on the movie Iron Man were perfect for how I imagine our hand chakras can work and our feet chakras. And his power center is in his heart. To me, that looks like the heart chakra. So great visuals for your psychic tools. So imagine that your hand chakras like you can cup them in your hands. And imagine that they too can spin. Same with your feet chakras. However you can imagine it or see it or pretend. And let those 4 chakras, those 4 energy centers, spin and spin a little faster and a little faster and a little faster still, so that you can see the energy that's not supporting you is flicking off. Perhaps you feel blocked in your creative channels, or you feel blocked in taking your next step. Clean those babies out. And imagine that it's just happening. And then go ahead and slow the spin of those chakras down to match the other 7 chakras, to be at that wonderful healing vibration, a soothing, comforting vibration and speed, so that when you are ready to create your next creation, your hand chakras are wide open. When you're ready to receive what is meant to be received for you, your hands are wide open. When you're ready to take your next step, whatever that is, your feet chakras will glide you there, almost as if you're floating. And that you have the confidence and certainty and the esteem and the healthy self-esteem to do all things. Because you're worthy, you're fabulous, you're creative. So now that you have all of your chakras, your feet and hand chakras cleaned out and vibing, in your mind's eye, what is it you want for your next step? Do you want to open a business? Do you want to ask someone out? Do you want to launch a podcast? What is it? What is your next step? And see in your mind's eye that going perfectly, easily, swimmingly. And allow it to be easy. And when you need to stand up for yourself, and that becomes easy too, simply because you're at that vibration of knowing who you are, remembering who you are. And that is so easy. And just being at that vibration, some buffoonery just bypasses you completely, because you do not have a receptor site for it. Bullies bully who they can bully. But you are now unbullyable. And you are now believing that. And notice how things will just start happening for you. And it'll be easy. You'll get that great parking space. Or you'll finally get some of your receivables in. Maybe you'll get that promotion. Or maybe that vacation will come through. Whatever it is that makes sense for you. So spend another moment here, feeling all of your chakras spinning, feeling connected to all that is, and knowing that you're just as awesome as anyone else, anything else. You're just as perfect, as beautiful, as wonderful, and deserving. And as you step into the world with this healing, you invite your friends, family, coworkers, acquaintances to match you so that they can be at their best, magnificent, healed vibration. In a moment, I could invite you to open your eyes and stretch. But before you do that, go ahead and call your energy back from wherever you've left it. If you've got it in somebody else's space, or you went on a little astral trip and left you some of your particles, call your energy back for yourself. Give it a healing and gold energy, and then reintroduce it into your body. And know that whatever you want wants you back. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes, stretch, come back to the room, and know that you are so fantastic. You are so worthy. You are so deserving. You've taken the first of many steps in healing wonky self-esteem, wonky self-confidence. And if you need additional support, feel free to contact me at hello@drcynthiasmith.com. The information will also be in the show notes. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, wherever you are on the planet, as long as we can sync our schedules, we record over the Zoom. If you'd like to share part of your story and get a healing live on the air, I invite you to reach out. Again, hello@drcynthiasmith.com. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith, and this is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Thank you very much. Till next time. Bye, y'all.